Alright, folks, I'm going to do an update. I have not really been doing a whole lot of work on the trailer. I've been prioritizing trying to get a couple of motorcycles finished and everything. I have a motorcycle that one of my friends here in Colorado gave me to get fixed for them before Sturgis last year. Um, it's a 83 CB650 SC Nighthawk. I had a lot of fun with it, getting it painted and everything. They wanted it pink, so I did it a bubblegum or Pepto Bismol pink with some purple highlights here and there. It was a lot of fun getting the paint done. Um, the cold weather came in quicker than expected last year, and I was working. Um, so I didn't get it done before the cold hit, and I got the most of the paint done, and it had a bunch of problems with the carburetors, um, and it was just kind of running crappy. It had been sitting for quite a while. So I got 90% of that straight, and then it finally warmed up, and I was able to start like finishing things up on it. And I went to assemble it, and um, put it all back together. Um, I had not taken the carbs apart. I thought I had. So I assembled it and turned the fuel on in a nice, pretty pink gas tank, and it started leaking fuel from the carbs, which it was doing that when I first got it. Um, and what I was remembering was that I had gone through the carbs. Well, I had gone through somebody else's carbs before Sturgis, that was also a Nighthawk. And I was remembering that I'd been through the carbs. Well, I hadn't been through the carbs. So I had to order parts and um, rebuild the carbs and then put it back together again. And it was leaking like a sieve again. Well, the main bridge line seals weren't right in the carb kit. So I had to get new ones. New ones. Take the carbs further apart and make sure every single seal in there was done. Had to fight with a bunch of bolts or screws that were stripped out from the person before me. It was a nightmare, but I finally got it done. Took it for a ride, and I'll put pictures after this. And one of the things that we did is we swapped out the headlight because the headlight bucket of the original bucket, which is a square one, was busted. And getting those square headlight buckets is a royal pain in the butt. So we went to a more modern, easier to find 7-inch round headlight. Looked really good, um, but we were doing things on a shoestring budget. So we got an Amazon special. Yeah, don't do that. Apparently, I've never had a problem buying headlights and stuff online before. I bought them on eBay. I bought them off of random Japanese company orders, and some of them have not been the best of quality, but they've always basically worked. This one, I started the bike, I ran it up to temperature, and well, um, I went up the road. At the end of my road is a tire place, so I was gonna go test the tires because I've had the bike for about 9 months. So I went to go get the tires pressure checked and everything. I was gonna take it for a test ride. make sure the clutch was smooth, because that was one of the main problems with it. The clutch was crap. Um, the clutch was crap, and it was running like crap. Um, but oh, and of course the fuel leak, which I think developed in transit between where it was and here. Because there's a lot of vibration on the trailer, but the bike wasn't running. So I think the all the seals when I pulled them out of there literally crumbled. Like they just crumbled into little pieces. They were so crispy. But anyway, so I got to the end of my road and stopped at the stop sign, and the I hear something fall. I look down, and it's the front of the headlight, like the plastic. It wasn't a glass front; it was a plastic front. Had melted and deformed to the point where it was able to fall out, land on the ground. I'm like, what the hell? Pick it up, stuff it in my shirt, and keep going across the street because there's people behind me. Um, and get across the street, have them go to check the air pressure in the tires, and I'm looking at this thing, and not only did the plastic face of the headlight melt, but the like reflective, which is normally metal in every other headlight I've ever gotten, but the reflective inside of this thing has started to melt too. And mind you, it's only a 55, 65 um, high low H4 bulb, halogen bulb, like standard bulb. Um, just so everybody knows, it's one of those really cheap. I think it costs us $30. Um, H4 headlight with the marker lights on the left side and right side built into it that are can supposedly be used for turn signals, which you cannot see with the headlight on anyway. So that don't expect those to be viable as turn signals. Not safe. But the whole headlight's not safe. It almost like melted into a fire, or it wasn't smoking, so I can't really say it was almost a fire. Um, Clickbait. It was more of a things were melting. I could see it very easily becoming a fire hazard. So the guys at the tire shop, they got me some duct tape. So I duct taped the front back on it. When luckily in the process of duct taping it back on there, because it doesn't fit right anymore because it's misshapen. There was lots of air so it could breathe. So no more melting. It stayed at that state, and I took it for a 20-mile test ride. And I was only going to take it for like a 5-mile test ride, but while I was on it, I took it up to get the battery warranted because the battery died. I got it the Batteries Plus to warranty out the freaking battery on it. It's like $70 battery, I think. I don't know. My short term memory's not all that great. Um, but so I went up to warranty out the battery because it hasn't been a year yet, so it should still be under warranty, right? No. Batteries Plus has changed their motorcycle battery policy to they only have a 6-month warranty. So I'll never be buying another Batteries Plus battery for a motorcycle because that's ridiculous. Like, you can't even warranty your battery for a whole year? So I went over to Walmart to price batteries out there. The batteries at Walmart have always had a 1-year warranty. They only have a 3-month warranty now. So, what a damn nightmare. Um, the headlight was crap and it needs a new battery. I've talked to my friends whose bike I have, and they've given me money for a good battery. So we're gonna put $200 like lithium ion battery in there, like I've been running in my bike for 3 years now, I think. They come with a 5-year warranty, and they're amazing. They start in really, really, really cold temperatures. It takes nothing to charge them. Like if you leave your lights on and completely kill your battery, you put it on the trickle charge, not even like the high charge, but like the trickle charge for like 5 minutes, and then you got enough juice to start your bike again. And then you just drive around for like 20, 30 minutes. Your battery's charged up again. They're amazing batteries. But anyway, so I'm gonna get them a battery coming, and then I'm going to um, buy the supplies and everything. Um, that household, um, I had the pink bike, uh, belongs to her, and he has given me another Nighthawk project. It's a 99 Nighthawk that luckily we had already gotten a good battery for. So I used his battery while I was running errands and testing the other bike. But long story short on that, that bike is in great condition. It's running like it's running like it's only a 5 year old bike instead of a 35-year old bike or 25-year old bike. Um, so that's great. Um, really happy about that, and I have another motorcycle myself because we were having a hard time finding a tank and side panels for the 99 Nighthawk. He found a parts bike, and it was one that somebody was turning into a cafe. The project became too much for them, and they decided to scrap the project. So um, he bought that project, which is a true basket case. I mean, it didn't actually come in a basket, but it came to me as a rolling chassis. I'll put some pictures of that below too. And 5 boxes. I think it's 5 boxes. And an extra tank. Like none of the tanks were on it. So I now own a basket case because he gave me the title, um, which supposedly the person working on it did the joys of um, carburetor work already. So supposedly the carburetors have been upgraded to match the pod filters that he has for it. Because it has pod filters, it doesn't have an airbox anymore. So we're going to try to sell off the airbox and the boots and all the things like that and try to save money on the project. Um, but oh, my short-term memory is crap. I'm sorry. I'm like just rambling at this point. It seems like. Um, but I appreciate you guys for giving enough of a crap to actually watch my crap and see what I'm doing. So anyway, I got now my Nighthawk, which we keep raping parts off of to fix his Nighthawk. So we're gonna take the headlight from my Nighthawk, try to clean it up some because it has some rash on it, and paint it and put it on her Nighthawk so she has a nice solid metal bucket. And then later on, I will buy a different headlight for mine. I've got an idea of a headlight that I really want anyway. It's a dual side by side headlight. One's clear, one's yellow, and they have metal grill across the front of them and look very industrious. So I'm gonna take this thing and I'm gonna keep going with the cafe thing, but I'm gonna go like halfway between cafe and street racer, and then I'm gonna do the same amazing paint job that I did to Mad Max, the other bike, and wasteland it out. So I'm basically gonna have a post-apocalyptic cafe Street Fighter combo. In my head, it works. If it actually if I start being able to work and or find a job that I can do where I can make money and I can start affording parts for it, then I will start assembling it and everyone will get pictures of how kick-ass and cool it is. But until then, it's just going to be a pipe dream, and I'm going to keep it covered and keep it safe. And like it right now has no battery, it has no headlight, it has no tail light or tail fairing because all that's been cut off and a round bar put on the tail of it. Has no seat, has no keys, um, and the electrical wiring harness is dragging the ground where it was just kind of snatched off the bike in bits and pieces, and part of it's there, part of it's not. So I don't even know if I have to buy any wiring harness stuff. There's a lot of stuff in the boxes that I haven't been able to go through. When the day that we got it here, it was raining, so we just kind of shoved everything in the garage to keep it dry. Cardboard boxes and water doesn't equal, like, solid. Um, so yeah, I've been working on those bikes, and I haven't really been working on the camper much. Um, Past, like, when it was rainy and I couldn't work on the bikes, I was in the camper attaching the license plates to the shelf and everything. And I did build a riser for the cot, um, because when I was sitting on the cot, I could feel the edges of the milk crates underneath my ass. So I put 2x2 risers, pieces of 2x2 underneath it to raise it another 2 inches, and that mostly fixed the problem. I just gotta make sure when I load the milk crates underneath it that I load them in a way where they are uh, level and even. Um, but yeah, so that's all of that. I don't believe there's anything else really to update. Um, oh, I guess there is. There's one more thing to update. My teeth, or lack thereof. I went in and saw my dentist. I had a weird bone spur pop out the front of my gums. It was really painful, and I went in and the dentist like got a hold of it and snatched it out. And now everything's great. Um, However, I go in about a week, and the hope is in a week we're gonna do the mold of my mouth, and they're gonna start building my teeth on that. In theory, I should have my dentures. If we stay on schedule, I should have them 2 weeks before I leave. That's kind of a problem, because from what I understand, you get your dentures, you put them in your mouth, you start wearing them. Your mouth is not used to being touched in the way that dentures are going to touch it. Bad touch, stranger danger. So you sometimes get hot spots where your gums react poorly to the dentures. When that happens, it's no big deal. You go in, and the dentist, like, grinds some away, or, you know, reshapes, like, the area of problem a little bit. Here's the problem with that: I'm not going to be here. So I've got 2 weeks to develop any problems that I'm going to develop and then get them fixed before I hit the road. So my trip might end up being postponed, which, if it is, it really sucks, because part of the main part of my timing, Sturgis is obviously like the kickoff point, so that's like a really important date. It's the 81st anniversary. I'm very looking forward to going to the big 81st party. Um, it and I got friends up there that I really want to see. Um, and some of them I only made friends with last year, but I don't know how to describe it. They feel like they've been friends for 15 years, just in meeting them happenstance. However, I got another friend that I made up there at least 5 years ago, and I really enjoy getting a chance to see him every time I go up. Again, he's one of those personalities where I met him happenstance at Sturgis, and feels like we've been friends for decades. So I'm really looking forward to going up and seeing them. I'm actually going up like 3 days before the rally, so I can actually see them before the rally craziness happens, and they're really busy and stressed out. I'm hoping to actually get to hang out with them some because they feel like family. So family that you choose, not family that you're born with, because y'all know the stories. Um, anyway, so I'm still going to Sturgis either way. I was gonna leave Sturgis on the 10th and start working my way towards the wedding. Um, the wedding's on the 28th, so I was giving myself 18 days. Um, I was gonna spend some time with different people, and I've got a really old friend in Chi Town that I was gonna go see and spend 2 or 3 days with, and then I have another really old friend over in Holland, Michigan that I was gonna spend 4 or 5 days with, if not a whole week. And I have another even older friend that I've like known for years who is running a hemp farm like 40 minutes from Holland that I was gonna get to go down and see the farm, and they farm CBD oil, and I was really, really, really looking forward to going and being able to check out the farm and everything. I'm still straight edge. I still don't do marijuana, but I have started doing CBD products for my pain and whatnot. Um, since they legalized it across the country, it's it does help the swelling. It helps with the aches and pains, and it's a lot better for me than aspirin or Tylenol or ibuprofen, which my ibuprofen regimen was starting to mess with my kidneys. I was down to 13% kidney function, and I was told never to take ibuprofen again. So I started looking for alternatives, and CBD oil. Um, there are actually these little honey sticks that come with a decent amount of CBD oil in them, and if I eat one of those, like it melts away most of the pain, at least to the point where I can ignore the rest of it. Um, I've been mean to my body my whole life. I've beat it up. I've abused it. I've not taken the best care of myself, obviously, because I had a stroke. But like, I was strong. I used to be strong before the stroke, and I used to just use my strength to push through everything, do everything. There's a reason my resume says tank on it, because I was a tank. Just push through, do what needs to be done. Um, my body can't really do that anymore, and it really sucks. Um, I don't really know how to function without being able to just do that. It's kind of depressing. It's kind of frustrating. It's really agitating not being able to just, hey, we're in a tight bind, like financially. Let me take a crappy job that pays good because it's really hard work, and let me catch us up. I'd do anything to be able to do that again. Um, like, but my diet has changed a lot, not just because of that. Mm. But not just because of that. My diet has changed a lot since the stroke because I've been very, very, very mindful of what I'm consuming now. Um, there is a bullshit section of my diet that is convenience and speed, and that is mostly Burger King burgers. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna readjust. Uh, sorry, I'm shirtless, so sorry about the titties. Um, But Burger King has a pretty damn tasty um, bacon cheeseburger for $1. So there are times, more times than should be, um, at least 3, 4 times a month, where we're both tired. There's nothing thought out for dinner yet, and we end up eating Burger King burgers because it's cheap. Um, is what it is. McDonald's only gets our business now for ice because it's $1 a bag of ice, and you get it through the drive-through as opposed to having to get out the car. So oftentimes the missus will just swing by McDonald's on the way home and grab ice and tea. Um, I'm drinking a lot of McDonald's tea because it's $1 for a big old cup, and I have found that if I put 6 packets of Splenda in a cup of regular tea, um, I get that sweet tea ish taste that I like. Um, I like sweet tea. I like Southern sweet tea, but I'm a diabetic. Can't have it. At least that way, I'm faking myself into thinking I'm having something I want. Um, but this thing's starting to get long. It's 26 minutes now. Holy cow. So, this has been the update. I very much appreciate everybody paying attention, everybody being supportive. You know, all of the people that are quietly paying attention. I appreciate you too. Um, I don't want people to think, oh, well, I haven't said anything, so you don't care. Well, I care. I care that people are paying attention. Anybody that's crazy enough to make it through my 30-minute like rambles is I'm a fan of you being a fan. Thank you. Um, I am recuperating a lot from the stroke. I am becoming a lot more normal. Um, but I still have dizzy spells. Bending over and standing up rapidly makes me dizzy as hell still. I'm trying to figure out how to push past that because I would love to take my old job back. I'm sure my boss would love to have me back. He's been having a hard time finding somebody that gives a shit about the job and is like actually trying to do the best job they can. Most people just want to go do a paycheck and do it as lazy as possible. And it's easy to be lazy in that job if it'll catch up with you real quick. But it's easy to be lazy from that job because it's hard for the boss from where he's sitting on the tractor to see what you're doing exactly on the backside. So there's been times where I've gotten lazy, not on purpose, but I've been tired, distracted, whatever, and we've gone like a couple 100 feet. Then we like look back and be like, dude, what the hell? That looks like crap. Um, and then I've had to go back and do some fix work, and it's always embarrassing for me because I have a lot of pride when I do that work. It's silk fencing. Like it's real easy to make it look like crap. It's harder to make it look good like we do. And every time I drive by a work site that looks like crap, I'm just like, like we could have done such a better job than that. I had a lot of pride in my work. I enjoyed my boss. I enjoyed the job, and I miss it. Um, but oh well. Um, until I'm not getting dizzy for bending over, I can't do the job because I'm literally in that job. I'm bending over and standing up like uh, 30 times a minute or 30 times. I don't know, not a minute. That's a little ridiculous, but 3 times a minute, I would say. Because I'm got a staple. I got a it's hard to describe unless I tell you the whole process of my job. And some of the way we do things is kind of proprietary, so I'm not going to do that online. Um, if you're that nosy and a friend of mine, like PM me and I can describe how I work a little better, but only if you're not in the industry. Like, um, and I don't think that I have any friends that actually do what I was doing. um, but it was pretty freaking intense physical work. Um, could be pretty exhausting some days. Um, but it was always rewarding to turn around at the end of the day and see all the protections for waterways and stuff that we had put in that are protecting the environment from the new construction, and it was something to be proud of. And now I can't do it. Mm, it sucks. I am still getting used to having a lisp because of not having teeth. Um, I'm finding it less and less embarrassing. I still find it a little embarrassing, but I don't know. I have, of course, more and more people looking at me like I'm a meth head because I got no teeth. I must have lost them all because I'm a meth head. I've never done meth. With my heart condition, I probably would have died the first time I tried it, or cocaine, or any speed heavier than a monster. I'm lucky that monsters didn't kill me. Um, when I was drinking monsters, not realizing how bad my heart condition was. But so that's the update. I'm gonna get off here now because it says I'm at 32 minutes. So I love everybody. Thank you very much for all the support. Um, I need it a lot right now. Life has been a test, and I didn't study for it. So I'm not mentally prepared for the state that I'm in. But I don't have a choice. Just keep pushing through and survive. So now I have to be a mental tank since I'm no longer a physical tank. Um, I'm gonna survive this thing, and unless I don't, and well, you guys will get different updates from Lorianne if I don't make it, cause well, sorry, but I won't be here to care. um, hope that isn't for a very long time, but if it uh if it ends up being shorter term, then you know what? Thanks everybody for the support. Thanks for helping me make it through this hard point. Not gonna blubber this time. It's not gonna happen. So if you're watching for me to blubber, fuck you. You're a crappy friend. Probably not, but still, I'm not gonna blubber this time. Anyway, I love everybody. Thank you for all the support. I am gonna get off of here now. I'm at 33 minutes. All right. Okay. Bye now.